Good afternoon. Please rise as you are able for the processional, followed by the national anthem. For the 409th time, candidates for the baccalaureate degrees from the Pennsylvania State University have gathered to celebrate commencement. All are in their places. These exercises for spring 2025 are hereby called to order.
Thank you, University Marshal Dardis. I'm Marie Hardin, Dean of the Donald P. Bellisario College of Communications. It is my pleasure to welcome the class of 2025 family and friends to our commencement ceremony today. We will now be led in the national anthem, performed by College of Arts and Architecture graduate student Emma Arakantinji, accompanied by Center Brass.
What so proudly we
That was beautiful. Please be seated. I am overjoyed to be here with all of you, in person and on our live stream, as we celebrate the accomplishments of those students who have completed their academic programs at Penn State. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Tracy Lankilda, Interim Executive Vice President and Provost.
Thank you, Dean Harden. I am so honored to join you in the celebration of the class of 2025. What a joy it is to stand before you and look out on this incredible gathering of graduates, families, friends, and the faculty that has supported you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate not just a moment, but a milestone, a finish line and a starting line all at once. Graduates, today is your day. You've worked hard, you've sacrificed, you've persevered, not just through exams and deadlines, but through the many challenges life throws your way when you're in the pursuit of something truly meaningful. And now, here you are. Your Penn State journey has brought you to this moment, a moment filled with pride, relief, excitement, and maybe a little uncertainty. That's okay, that's what growth feels like. As we honor what you've achieved, I want us to look ahead to what comes next, because if there's one message I want you to take from here, it's this. The future is not a path we follow, it is a canvas we create. At Penn State, we don't just prepare our students for the next job. We prepare you for a journey, for the unexpected, the uncharted, and the yet to be invented. We prepare you to imagine more and then go out and build it. Each of you came to Penn State with your own unique story, and now you leave as part of a shared one, a legacy of leaders, innovators, and community builders who carry the blue and white wherever they go. Along the way, you've faced obstacles. You've stretched yourselves. You've learned not just in classrooms and labs, but through late-night conversations, group projects, Zoom classes, and real-life curveballs. You've learned to ask better questions, to listen more closely, and to rise again and again. Today is a celebration, but even more than that, today is a launch pad. Because this moment isn't just about what you've accomplished, it's about what's possible. The power of possibility is what brought you to Penn State, and it's what will carry you forward. With your education, your resilience, and the strength of the Penn State community behind you, there is no limit to what you can build, lead, or change. Don't just imagine a better future, help create it. That is the power you hold. At Penn State, we believe in turning what if into what's next. We believe in dreaming big, in starting something new, and in building the future, not waiting for it to arrive. And as graduates of this incredible institution, you now carry that same power into the world. At Penn State, we don't just talk about possibility, we see it in action every single day. Just a few weeks ago, for example, during Startup Week powered by PNC, the power of possibility was on full display. One student team developed a culturally immersive health training module to improve care across our communities. Another created a new kind of holster to enhance safety for law enforcement and public alike. These weren't just class projects. These were real solutions tackling real challenges right now. This spring, many students secured full-time positions and postgraduate internships with leading organizations from an array of industries, thanks to connections made at Penn State's annual job expos and career fairs. These outcomes reflect the power of hands-on networking and the strength of Penn State's reputation. And they show that Penn State students don't just dream, they do. And it's not just our students achieving the highest levels. This year, Penn State's faculty have earned some of the world's most prestigious honors, from the Wolf Prize and the National Medal of Science to national awards in the arts and humanities. These achievements reflect the breadth and depth of excellence at Penn State and the power of research, creativity, and public engagement to shape a better future. And then there's you, class of 2025. Many of you were the first in your families to attend college. Some of you balanced full-time jobs, caregiving, or military service while pursuing your degrees. You learned to work across disciplines, across cultures, and across differences. That is not just a diploma that you've earned, it is proof that possibility is something that you can create. You've already proven what you're capable of. Now imagine what is still ahead. Graduates, the world you're stepping into is complex. It's changing rapidly, but I want you to remember this. You are not stepping into the unknown empty-handed. You carry with you the skills, knowledge, and character shaped right here at Penn State. You carry with you the confidence that comes from rising to the challenge again and again and emerging stronger. And perhaps most important of all, you carry with you the power of possibility. It's the power to imagine a better future and build it, to ask bold questions and pursue the answers, to meet the world not just as it is, but as it could be. Wherever you go next, whether it's a startup, a classroom, a hospital, a lab, a concert hall, a courtroom, a newsroom, or places you haven't even yet dreamed of, I hope you continue to ask yourself, what's possible? Because the power of possibility lives in you. It lives in your ability to see opportunity where others see barriers, to build bridges where others see walls, to lift up others as you climb. The world needs Penn Staters like you, curious, compassionate, and courageous. People who turn potential into progress. So go out there, dream big, work hard, take care of each other, and as you go, take with you the spirit that lives in us all. We are Penn State, not just a chant, a promise, and a family. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Provost Lankilda. And now, I have the pleasure of introducing today's commencement speaker, award-winning broadcast journalist, Judy Woodruff. Judy Woodruff is the senior correspondent for the PBS NewsHour after serving for 11 years as its anchor and managing editor. In 2023, she launched America at a Crossroads, a reporting project to better understand the country's political divide. She has covered politics and other news for more than 4 decades at CNN, NBC, and PBS. Woodruff is recipient of many awards, including the Peabody Journalistic Integrity Award, the Poynter Medal, an Emmy for Lifetime Achievement, the Radcliffe Medal, and the Larry Foster Award for Integrity in Public Communication from the Arthur W. Page Center here at Penn State in 2021. In 2013, she and the late Gwen Ifill together received the Walter Cronkite Award for Excellence in Journalism from Arizona State University after they became co-anchors of the PBS NewsHour, making them the first female co-anchors of a daily national news broadcast. Woodruff is a founding co-chair of the International Women's Media Foundation, an organization dedicated to promoting and encouraging women in communications industries worldwide. She serves on the boards of trustees of the Freedom Forum and the Duke Endowment. Formerly, she was a trustee of the Carnegie Corporation of New York and the Urban Institute, and a member of the Knight Foundation Commission on Intercollegiate Athletics. Woodruff is a graduate of Duke University, where she is a trustee emerita. She lives in Washington, D.C. with her husband, journalist Al Hunt, and they are the parents of 3 children. She is someone I deeply admire. Welcome, Judy Woodruff.
Thank you, Dean Hardin, to the administrators, to the faculty, to family and friends, and most of all, the Penn State class of 2025. Congratulations. I am thrilled to be with you this afternoon to celebrate. I am so honored to have been asked to be part of commencement at this great university from which both a niece and a nephew of mine graduated, and especially here at Bellisario College, recognized nationally for your outstanding communications curriculum. A huge reason for that reputation is none other than your dean, Marie Hardin. She has been a spectacular leader during her 22 years at this college. I know she will be missed as she goes on to be president of another university, and I want to ask you all to give her a massive thank you. Now, I cover politics, and recent elections have underscored the hazards of predictions. But I will, however, make one forecast today. Next November 1st, Ohio State will get trounced by the Nittany Lions. So I know that all of you graduates represent many different areas of interest: advertising, public relations, public affairs, film production, and much more. Because my background is journalism, and I am so grateful to be still at it, it is from that perspective that I will be speaking to you, and I hope my words have some resonance with all of you. My message this afternoon is threefold. First, to always remember what a great education you received here at Penn State and the Bellisario College. Your professors have shared their knowledge, their enthusiasm in an effort to launch you with the best possible set of tools, critical thinking skills, work ethic, and values that will remain your touchstone. They've done this with the aim that you will continue to learn, to be curious every day for the rest of your lives. Curiosity is, after all, essential not just for journalists, but everyone who works in the field of communications. My advice to you is never stop asking questions. Second, know that you are stepping into a society that needs you. I have spent the last 2 years traveling the country for the PBS NewsHour, talking with ordinary Americans, trying to understand and reporting on our current deep political divide. In all the time I've spent as a reporter covering politics, covering Democrats and Republicans, I have never seen Americans as divided as we are today. Not just formerly close friends and neighbors, but families. So much so that many families have a hard time getting together over Thanksgiving dinner. We have focused in our reporting this year on efforts being made to bridge these divides, because until people can work together, can talk together, can find compromise, we cannot tackle the biggest problems in our country. Whether it's economic inequality, lack of access to a good education, immigration, the environment, or any number of other challenges. We have a lot of problems to solve in the United States, and we need your brains, your creativity, your energy, your passion, your ambition, and your help figuring out how to stop demonizing people who disagree with us. You are especially equipped to work on this because you've studied communications. You are already thinking about how people communicate with each other. And you know you enter the field at a time of enormous transition that can be intimidating, off-putting. But I am confident that no matter the turmoil in the communications industry, the disappearance of newspapers, rapidly changing technology, that has us using Facebook one day, posting on Instagram and TikTok the next, a podcast the day after that, and recognizing that it will continue to change, that you will stay on top of those challenges. Your generation is uniquely prepared to roll with it. And it is important that you are, because as the business model changes, as platforms evolve and change, and as we transition from legacy news media that's been carefully fact-checked, edited, and vetted to anything goes, factual or not, the burden will be on you and all who are consuming news, meaning everybody, to figure out what's accurate and what isn't. We cannot solve society's and our nation's toughest problems if we don't agree on the facts. So it falls to you. So it falls to you to figure out how to distinguish real information from misinformation. That's what journalists do. But it is also the job of everyone in the communications field. It's your responsibility to see that the statement your firm, your company, your candidate, you make is accurate, that it doesn't distort or twist the facts. My third and final message today, whatever career path you choose, you must stand up for a free press. You enter the working world at a particularly difficult moment for the American news media. Today, the administration in Washington is attacking the mainstream press, including the revered Associated Press, virtually every day. It is suing broadcast networks. It is trying to abolish public television and radio. It grants access to news organizations that report favorably on what it's doing, and it punishes those that don't. Through more than 50 years of covering American politics, I have never witnessed a moment like this. We can no longer take for granted that when we wake up in the morning, we will have a free press. You may well be called on in the years ahead to face this challenge. Will you stand up for the First Amendment, which guarantees Americans the right to freedom of the press, along with freedom of speech, of religion, of assembly, and of petition? I urge you to stand up for what's right, because we cannot have a democracy, we cannot have a country without a free press, wherein Americans know they can count on finding out what is actually going on in their community, in their state, in the nation, and in the world. The facts, not spin and not misinformation or politically tilted and sifted news. It's a big responsibility I'm laying on your shoulders, but I am confident that you can handle it because of the extraordinary education you have received here at Penn State. For now, it's time to celebrate. Be sure and thank your parents and everybody who made it possible for you to go to school here at this extraordinary Bellisario College of Communications, and know that we are all cheering you on. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judy, for those words of wisdom, and I admonish all of you graduates, let's take those with us wherever we go. Now I want to welcome Provost Lankilda back to the podium.
And now, class of 2025, we turn to the Board of Trustees, the legal corporate body of the Pennsylvania State University. This is the body that, by our charter, is given final responsibility for the governance, welfare, and all other interests pertaining to the university. At this time, I asked Trustee Anthony Lebrano to authorize the conferring of degrees at this ceremony. Mr. Lebrano was first elected to the Board of Trustees by the alumni effective July 1st, 2012. After serving 2 terms, he stepped away only to be elected again by the alumni effective July 1st, 2020. He graduated from Penn State in 1982 with a Bachelor of Science in Accounting. He's the founder and president of AP Librano & Co. Incorporated, a financial service and wealth management firm based in Pauley, Pennsylvania. We are pleased that he is with us today. Trustee Librano.
Good afternoon. I told Dean Harden I was going to off script for just a minute. What an appropriate commencement for us to be sending off Dean Harden. This is the 409th commencement, and some of you may know the significance of 409 if you follow football around here. And I echo Judy's remarks. She actually beat me to the punch. We're going to miss her. This is a time for celebration and excitement, and I am truly humbled to be with you today. Each of you has at least one person to thank from your journey that brought you here. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my sincere gratitude toward those people. So if you will, family and friends of the graduates, please stand to be recognized. Come on, stand up, graduates. Come on, family and friends. And graduates, let's give them a warm round of applause, please. I once heard New York Yankee great Derek Jeter address a class of graduates at his alma mater, Michigan. He told them that failure is essential. Furthermore, if he could promise them one thing for certain, it was that they will fail. The bigger the dream, the bigger the risk. But what is the price if you don't take the risk or commit to the dream? You could wind up overmatched, or maybe you won't. Among these lines, I'd like to share a bit of wisdom from a truly great teacher and humanitarian, Joe Paterno. First, believe deep down in your soul that you are destined to do great things. And second, and something I heard him say to me on more than one occasion, dare to be great, or as he would say, dare to be great! So graduates, go forward and make an impact whatever you do and wherever you travel. And always, always remember, and this requires your involvement, we are!
Penn State!
We are!
Penn State!
We are!
Penn State!
Thank you!
You're welcome.
Now we're back on script, okay? Now I turn to my official duty. Provost Lankilde, by virtue of the authority vested in and as approved by the Board of Trustees of the Pennsylvania State University, you are authorized on behalf of the Board to confer on each of these candidates the degree earned as certified by the appropriate college faculty and dean. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Librano, for the authorization to confer degrees for these candidates assembled. Before we proceed to the conferral of degrees, please note that Penn State is recognizing our graduates who are actively serving, veterans or graduates of our ROTC programs with special red, white and blue honor cords for their service and sacrifices. At this time, I would like to ask all graduates who are embarking on military service and veteran students who have served in our country to please stand as you're able and remain standing. Now stay standing. Please remain standing while we ask guests in the audience who are veterans or active duty members of the military to please join them in standing as you're able. Thank you all for your significant contributions to our nation. You may be seated. I also want to take a moment to recognise another group of students with us today, our first-generation college students, who stand on the cusp of becoming first-generation Penn State alumni. Our first-generation students are pioneers within their families and trailblazers at our university. They face unique challenges not shared by many of their peers, and their tenacity in the pursuit of education, academic excellence, and personal and professional achievement is a model to which we can all aspire. Would members of the graduating class who are first-generation students please rise as you're able. Congratulations on your momentous accomplishments today. You may be seated.
Thank you, Provost Lenkilde. Graduation marks an important academic achievement, and I am pleased to recognize the faculty who administer our programs and certify these students for their degrees from the Donald P. Bellisario College of Communications. Please hold your applause until I've recognized all of them. Fuyan Shen, Advertising and Public Relations. John Affleck, Journalism. Matt Jordan, Film Production and Media Studies. Mara Shea, Film Production and Media Studies. Matt Jackson, Telecommunications, and Denise Bortry, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. Thank you. You may be seated. Let's now recognize the graduates who have earned meritorious achievement. The digital program notes the students graduating in the top 12% of their class. Upon completion of their spring 2025 grades, additional names will be added to this list, and diplomas will have this academic achievement noted. Students who are graduating summa cum laude are wearing a blue and white cord. Students who are graduating magna cum laude are wearing a blue cord, and students who are graduating cum laude are wearing a white cord. Please hold your applause until all students in all three categories are standing. Will those students graduating summa cum laude please rise as you are able and remain standing? Will those students graduating magna cum laude please rise as you are able and remain standing? And will those graduating cum laude please rise as you are able? Congratulations! Thank you. You may be seated. And now it is my privilege to recognize our graduating class of Bellisario Fellows. The Bellisario College Fellows Program provides a transformational learning experience for students while engaging them to serve as ambassadors for the Bellisario College and Penn State. Fellows are selected in a competitive process based on their academic performance, demonstrated focus on career development, involvement in the Bellisario College and campus media, and potential to become notable stewards of the college. Will Serena Lewis, Davis Yoshitani, Abigail Shashut, McKenna Wall, Leanna Simmons, Jenna Malidi, Danielle Primus, and Nicholas Volpe please stand and be recognized? I congratulate you. You may be seated. Now, a very special honor, a singular honor. For every Penn State commencement ceremony, each college selects just one student based on academic, co-curricular, and leadership contributions as student marshal to represent all seniors graduating from the college. Will Michael DeAngelis please rise? Michael, affectionately known as Mikey by his peers, is the overall marshal for the Bellisario College. Mikey graduates with a bachelor's degree in film production. A Dean's List student and Evan Pugh Scholar Award winner, he served as the visual editor for Onward State and completed an internship with Visit Philadelphia. He also served as a campus student ambassador for Adobe, a Bellisario College tour guide, and studied abroad in Italy in 2023. Mikey spent much of his senior year working on a documentary project titled Matttown, USA, which he plans to screen at film festivals around the country this spring and summer while pursuing communications, filmmaking, and marketing positions in Philadelphia and New York. Mikey selected Rod Bingaman, Associate Teaching Professor of Film Production, to serve as his faculty marshal. Mikey, congratulations. I'd now like to call on Denise Bortry, Associate Dean for Academic Affairs in the Bellisario College. Denise?
Thank you, Dean Harden. Now we want to recognize another exceptional group of students, those selected to be recognized as their respective academic units' student marshals. Like the college student marshal, each department conferring degrees today selected one student based on their academic, extracurricular, and leadership contributions, and represents all seniors graduating from their respective major. Each student also selects a faculty marshal, who escorts them in the academic procession today. We have provided information about each student marshal's accomplishments in the digital commencement program. I will now ask each student to stand as you are able and remain standing as I call your name. Please hold your applause until all student marshals have been recognized. Representing advertising and public relations is Davis Yokashani. Davis Yokashani. Yay. Davis selected Dave Wozniak as his faculty marshal. Representing journalism is Alina Surace and faculty marshal Steve Kraychek. Representing media studies is Jenna Malidi and faculty marshal Dr. Matt Jordan. Representing telecommunications and media industries is Calvin Joseph Brzezowski and faculty marshal Dr. Chris Ali. Finally, Julie Aman, representing film production, could not be here today because she was also selected as a student marshal in the College of Arts and Architecture. Julie's faculty marshal is Catherine Axley. Please join me in recognizing our student marshals. This concludes the recognition of the department marshals. I now call on Dean Harden to recognize another group of our graduating students.
Thank you, Associate Dean Bortry. As a land-grant institution, we are chartered to offer the opportunity for training in the military service. And at Penn State, we have programs in the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. It's a privilege for me to recognize 3 graduates of the Reserve Officer Training Corps and as officers who will serve in the United States Army. Will Samantha Lang, Elena Lynchard, and Christopher Pulowski of the Pennsylvania State University Army Reserve Officer Training Corps please stand? Thank you for your service and congratulations. You may be seated. Now, I'm very pleased to introduce a cherished part of the graduation ceremony in which you will all participate. Something you've been waiting for. Crossing the platform, students, as your name is read aloud. Now, as the students here prepare to do that, let's recognize those who couldn't be here today, but are participating with us from around the world. Please join me in congratulating those students with a round of applause. Now, because family and friends are eager to hear their student's name, I ask that you refrain from excessive noise so every name can be heard. Graduates, after you cross the platform, please return to your seats for the remainder of the ceremony, because after the last graduate crosses the stage, we're going to confer your degrees, and you're going to move your tassels, and then we are going to celebrate as one great class. Are you ready? You ready? Assistant Dean Bob Martin, please announce our first graduates to be recognized.
Bellisario College of Communications Student Marshals.
Michael Anthony DeAngelis. Davis Yoshitani. Alina M. Sarace. Jenna Merrill Malidi. Calvin Joseph Brzezowski.
Graduates in the Advertising Public Relations major.
Olivia Lauren Cavallero. Kelly Sienna Sherman. Yunyang Xue. Rui Kang Fong. Lauren Elizabeth Dicker. Carly Jane Gross. Jacob Michael Gondek. Owen Abraham Sherman. Abigail Jane Deaver. Ethan Patrick Bell. Sidney J. Wolfe. Matthew Robert Garvin. Brett Blaine Murray. Bridget Catherine Ginley. Danielle Elaine Greenstein. Nicole Paprocki. Victoria Lynn Offner. Emma Grace Tantum. Gianna Danielle Abatini. Alyssa Nicole Barnack. Katie Elizabeth Augustine. Fiona Francis Pfafflin. Ava Lauren Cara Nicholas. Alexis L. O'Kane. Jenna Lee Berkletzi. Joanna Grace Lind. Avery Elizabeth Walker. Rebecca Ann Ziegler. Lily Isabella Percio. Sophia Grace Alterio. Say Aja Diamond Williams. Haley Lynn Main. Waylon Tsui. Elio. Zachary Luciano Bispo. Madison Salarday. Caitlin E. Brown. Isabella Ann Hughes. Morgan Gabriella Shaw. Daphne Elizabeth Riddle. Victoria Josephine Cho. Jenna Nicole Baker. Gabriella Noreen Jones. Mackenzie Lauren Watson. Paige Helen Balliet. Julianne Therese Valeroso Malwenda, Ryan Michael Curtis, Lily Paige Ramos, Riley K. Fink, Taylor Alexa Goodman, Hannah Olivia Sarnowski, Kara Ann Leary, Emily Frances Friel, Sarah Cohen, Jenna Nicole Sefcik, An Quang Dui Nguyen, Savannah Margaret Swartz, Sarah Diane Corrigan, Kathleen Ann McInnes, Allison Rose Brady, Mia Jana Benedetta Hines, Olivia Lee Woodring, Allison Rose Knoll, Grace Pavin Thomas, Lindsay Gray Schwartzbach, Sophia Elizabeth Kokuza, Elizabeth Mary Miller, Caitlin Joan Paffel, Savannah Ann Wooten, Natalie Grace Visconti, Jennifer Addis, Emma Jane Froelich, Livia Ann Spino, Sophia Grace Kohlhoff, Regan Elizabeth Greaves, Michael Herrera, Emily Patricia Babinchak, Nicholas Sebastian Semino, William Anthony Klepper III, Juliana Chloe Brown, Bianca Yaffa Herskovitz, Carly Danielle Goldstein, Abigail Horowitz, Alexa Hannah Solkoff, Deanna Grace Mylant, Hannah Bell, Riley Alexandria Filson, Emily Ann Bennett, Radhika Dilip Bombaiwala, Saicharani Nagaraj Gauravaram, Nicole De Palma, Samantha Lindsay Himmelstein, Zara Rose Manning, Nicholas Ambriano, Lauren Alana Souquet, Anna Donegan Ludwig, Sarah Grace Winchell, Kira Ann Watson, Mackenzie Bonnie Arnold, Caitlin Rooch, Cameron Paige Aronsky, Alyssa Catherine Gagliano, Caitlin Elizabeth Wolfe, Isabella Grace Rossiter, Jamie Esther Barron, Rachel Emma Fruchter, Allison Michelle Giambroni, Miranda Nicole Tosques, Kyla Dorothy Temperio, Isabella Torres, Sophie Alicia Benedict, Kylie Lynn Waller, Ella Grace Vinciguerra, Madison Alexa Mayer, Stephen Lucas Holtzman, Riley Jade Scarlatta, Haley Francis McHugh, Kevin James McGarry, Olivia Aiden Cutlow, Stephanie Renee Oliver, Morgan Janelle Wing, Kylie Durr, Madison Grace Rothstein, Madeline K. Eisenhart, Emma Page Stein, Eric M. Peggs, Katie Saylor, Allie Fritz, Brooke Madison Fisher, Rachel Jordan Ranta, Emily Rose Königsberg, Xing Yitu, Kayla Elizabeth Caruso, Mahari Adanya Blanks, Serena Lewis, Anna Grace Lumsargis, Allison Sinicki,
Owen Haddad,
Camila Isabel Vega, Anabel de la Guardia Arosemena, Mariana Auxiliadora Azpurua, Sofia Cecilia Simoni, Mariangel Chacon Casada, Bryce Wade, Ella Julia Cuselius, Victoria Lee Benson, Christina Victoria Galvin, Sarah Marie Regal, Cameron Grace O'Rourke, Darcy Ann Hamer, Madeline Rose Tan, Daniel Majorana, Hannah Christine Flade, Manassi Elise Motter, Rachel Marie Coughlin, McKenna Nicole Labor, Madison Edith Sung, Addison L. Allen, Isabella Florence Rigoli, Chloe Jane Schmidt, Giayuli Sue, Allison Ellis Graw, Catherine Rose Sedano, Estefania Liendo, Daviana Blunt, Sarah Taylor Preston, Olivia Leora Sanders, Ava Christ, Reagan Louise Roan, Michelle Hannah Pessner, Michelle Paige Vayner, Jared Blake Schwartz, Aaron Benjamin Platt, Grant Christopher Sheets, Audrey Elizabeth Oaksmith, Molly Elizabeth Grant, Kathleen Ann Quinones, Martha Joanne McElligott, Olivia Grace Bonsick, James Barrett Snyder, Harry Leonard Dan, Daniel Mark Zaffino, Jacob Gutekunst, Leah Elizabeth Fuller, Sophia Lynn Pemble, Michael Joseph Lancia, Madison Leah Goldberg, Molly Cecile Nagy, Ava Lynn Tyrone, Sophia Clements, Skylar Sandra Carey, Gabrielle Sarah Decker, Chloe Rose Smith, Brooke Cameron Weiland, Kaylee Brooke Battaglia, Ava Lynn Herron, Rachel Emily Deegan, Carly Ann Lukshich, Kelly Ann Sautner, Kayla Merritt, Nicole Mary Joyce, Marcella Maria Cambereri, Annabelle Bebe Chewy, Dong Min Chao Win, Isabella John Robles, Tegan Marie Taylor, Emily Michelle Shulock, Julia Linda Fabio, Kylie Rose Rupp, Sadie Mae Bard, Molly Ann McCauley, Gianna Isabel Rodriguez Navas, Raina Jade Zhu, Carly S. Rinaldi, Aileen Elizabeth Mulcahy, Caitlin Sarah Davis, Emily Haverhill, Celia Ann Broderick, Alexandra Riley Chatton, Anna Elizabeth Russo, Laura Nicole Petrasic, Connor G. McNeil, Brian Francis Halstead, Haley Gabrielle Maseko, Kendra A. Farashetian, Madison B., Julie Faith McLaughlin, Hannah Elizabeth Myers, Samhal Haila Selesi, Abdullah Ali Gaku, James Alvaro Garcia, Connor Gavin Dongai, Amelia Lee, Kelly Chen Brostowicz, Anchi Pu, Isabella Michelle Pacheco, Jessica Clark Klein, Ashley Elizabeth Kennelly, L. Rose Mangini, Bailey Kate Straub, Ashley Elizabeth Bowen, Alexa Renee Pena, Zoe Schuyler Joseph, Sydney Marie Long,
Graduates in the journalism major.
Agnes Patricia Hoover, Maya Reese Connell, Aidan James Conrad, Keely Elizabeth Lamb, Kira Birmingham, McGill May Williams, Evan Perry Wise Halfin, Carter Brian Ostermiller, Joseph B. Lister, Nolan Hawthorne Wick, Mitchell Reed Corcoran, Megan Elizabeth Robinson, Baxter Geimer, Sean M. Romeo, Joseph David Tiger, Kirsten Ann Grubb, Rocco Lewis Brugel, Brendan Wagner, Nora Elizabeth McNeese, Molly Grace O'Keefe, Rachel Liot Fisher, Ethan Corcoran Ellis, Olivia Feliciano, Eric Joseph Shane, Gabriella Frances Zool, Catherine Mary Crossan, Thomas Patrick Doherty, Shivoy Nagpal, Malina S. Goebel, Rachel Sadie Protze, Joseph Luke Granton, Olivia Pearl Vida, Sarah Ann McGinnis, Olivia Park Dunn, Virginia Johnston Lyons, Merrick Lynn Mornowek, Eric Michael Morris, Jonathan David Hartley, Wyatt Scott Schaefer, Timothy Arthur Klom, Yulia Kaya Vinogrodska, Abigail Tova Schoenberger, Luke Stephen Brown, Jordan Weissman, Emma Elizabeth Weslowski, Kaylasa Grace Foley DeFiore, Wanying Cha, Guillermo Aguirre Sanguinetti, Nick Prescott Schimminger, Timothy Knowlton Hoog, Julia Catherine Vasco, Max Morgenstein, Samuel Blake Potashnik, Tyler Louise Towers, Reagan Phillips, Tyler Hamer, Carson T. Schuler, Rivka Bridget Wolin, Emma Louise Kelly, Jaden Page Vogel, Michaela Marie Robinson, Otto Joseph Meze, Alyssa Kathleen Opris, Grace Elizabeth Watkins, Maya Carrasco da Silva, Grace Regina Boucher, Darian Patrick Capobianco, Eric Michael Stead, Jeremy Matthew Goldman, Max Ryan Savitt, Donovan Landon Avolio, Ethan Ting Ying Hu, Julie Ann Caro, Emily Mara Golden, Taylor Lynette Horrell, Isabella Johanna Cahill, David Berkeley Clipper, Antonio Dominic Fondacaro, Gavin Michael Rollman, Christian Armand Frabasili, Rachel Elizabeth Newnham, Caroline Gomolak, Jack Michael Kelly, Angelina Stark, Thomas Carmine Miro, Grace Virginia Eckerly, Joseph Harry Degnan, Oliver Henderson Holt, Gianna I. Brown, Kendall Skelicki, McKenna Grace Kerr, Molly Catherine White, Tyler James Millen, Michael Patrick Bolger, Jack Andrew Kiefer, Natalie Joy Leslie, Charlie Pothos Ray Plant, Soleil India West, Courtney Elizabeth Woolery, Megan Grace Strange, Ethan J. Ronan, Carlin J. Whalen, Maya Nicole Vaslet, Madison Page Schmidt, John Francis Xavier Mesnar, Katie Elizabeth Barchak, Jane Kathleen Brereton, Kylie Morgan August, Alyssa Jo Wagner, Mackenzie Ann Browns, Isabel Teresa Doherty, Danielle Marie Valetti, Jamie Bell McCracken, Austin Lord, Jude David Wozniak, Jake Rowan Hernick, Ryan Eslinger, Dylan Vincent Price, Justin Tyler Chabolella, Isabel Jolie Charbonneau, McKenna Elise Wall, Thomas Ford English, Stephen Austin Kister, Hannah Renee Henry, Luke J. Woolert, Tyler Matthew Kent, Chelsea Nackley, Sierra Elizabeth O'Hearn, Rita Marie Montagna, Tegan Elizabeth Mayer, Samuel Wallison, Joseph Neal Tuman, Adam C. Waxman, Joel Ronald Haas, Sarah Veronica Wyatt, Victoria Celia Torato Salvez, Jorge Antonio Chacon, Christian M. Holtzapple, Haley Ann Jacobs, Francesca Rose Ebert, Jordan Ashley Spagnoli, Joshua Stephen Bartosik, Anthony Christopher Desher, Sketchley Andrew Morton, Sophia Grace Dovidio, Colin Avery Wells, Brandon Richard Cook, Caitlin Garcia, Caroline Marie Smith, James Martin III, Robert Victor Cardini, Jane Elizabeth DeCosta, Samantha Grace Lang, Janae Lauren Holmes, Deanna Lasorda, William Francis O'Shea IV, William Lloyd Davis, Joseph John D'Agostino III, Dennis Wilkins, Brianna Alexa Rojas, Megan Grace Stewart, Gigi Eliana Fuentes, Ian S. Imler, Zachary Ryan Zarnecki, Tristan Kunek, Jade A. Bramwell, Derek Stilley, Kenneth Ojikeri, Kiera S. Baker,
Yeyoan,
Alyssa K. Johnson, Milena Leonor Velez, Abigail Shashut,
Graduates in the Telecommunications and Media Industries major.
Madison Bailey Eisen, Abigail O'Neill, Claire Brennan Cipolla, Adam Matthew Schuster, Dylan John Dominic DeGrazio, Andrew Joseph Regaglia, Jack Thorne Thomas, Jared Conrad Black, Robin Marie Casalina, Catherine Josephine Taylor, Ainsley Francis O'Mara, Carl William Martini, Dakota Jean Suchaworski, Elizabeth Greer Casey, Chapin Scott Taylor, Ethan Thomas Hetrick, Sophia Isabella Schwartz de Stefano, Jordan Jung, Michael Dayton Baumel, Tyler John McDonald, Elena Danielle Lynchard, Christopher Robert Pulaski, Bridget Shannon Dunleavy, Sedona Maylee Walker, Luke Andrew Flanick, Cole William Hazard, Gianna Marie Giorgiani, Ashley E. DeWalt, Brianna Malia Garrett, Haley Baganey, Matthew Vincent Shidi, Christian John Carbajal, Elizabeth Houle, Corina N. Rosenfeld, Alexander Joseph Weersberg, Gabriel Michael Wright, Reed Merritt Holland, Aidan James Reitsky, Jakira Daisy Reed, Destiny Monet Teft, Brandon Nicholas Gogler, Andrew John Del Virginia, Abby M. Schomer, Sydney Faye Coffey, Maximilian Frank Pays, Adam George Vrobel, Liam James Haffey,
Lauren Alling,
Evan Michael Ruaco,
Tyrese Mills,
Luke DeStefano, Matthew Joseph Fleisch, Ryan C. Aber, Luke Jameson Hebelink, Nicholas John Volpe, Tristan K. Forster, Alexander Hollowell, Eve Sherry, Gabriel James Longley, Jeffrey Fiola, Aspen Sky Tomasello, Evan Goldzweig, Brandon Tavoirs Moore Jr., Hayden Jeffrey Healy, Isaac Osifo, Darius Allen Smallwood, Victoria I. Lucas, Amelia Hauser, Gabrielle Cooper,
Jacob Lombardi,
Christopher John Radovic, Evan P. Fernandez, Matthew A. Gardner, Anthony James DiMarino IV, Audrey Meredith Nawa, Megan Elise Vu, John Robert Barr, Hayden J. Kerswicki, Jonah C. Enoch, John A. Mambrino Jr., Shane Owen McIntyre, James Siegel, Jalen James Salgado, Brendan Thomas Mulry, Anthony Joseph Amador, Storm Christian McDonald Smith, Anthony William Dustin, Connor James Orlando, Nicholas James Wetstein, Lily Alexandra Hetherington, Nicolina Maria Schoonmaker, Carly Marie Deo, Spencer Russell Cohen, Alexander Tegan Sahadak, Aidan Dworkin, Mitchell Foster Limsky, Adam Funk, Daniel Francis Kim Pacioli, Samuel Naples, Julia Sulk, Megan Ann Kiefer, Caitlin Elizabeth Marconi, Molly Ryan Kennedy, Barrett Elizabeth Kobiania, Brooke Schlifka, Isabella Maria Velez, Kylie Elizabeth Kilgallen, Caitlin Rose McKenna, Emma Elizabeth Agarwal, Alexandria D. Fry, Fei Yangu, Joseph Agresti, Gabriel Bartholomew Casiello, Jacqueline Amanda Gordon, Mia Rose Salamoni, Andrew Tseng, Bailey Michael Weaverling, Janae Dominique Lynch, Luciana Fernanda Lopez Vasquez, Elena Anastasia Balicha, Thomas Mesa Fint, Shane Riley Cleary, Michael Stephen Brown, David Anthony Cotuno, Kenya Sanders, Jiajung Lee, Brianna Ryan Paoli, Renee Schuldener, Emily Therese McCabe, Paige Alexandra O'Laughlin, Molly Regan, Laura Ellen Maroney, Trey Matthew Geyer, Julia May Katstra, Jordan Marie Price, Kailara Jessica Rajkumar, Ireland Summer Jimmier, Danielle Primus, Benjamin Nathaniel Sola, Andres Gregory Robinson, Natalia Isabel Rodriguez Baletta, Sydney Ann Tornetta, Paige Kathleen Ditter, Sophia Rose Donza, Sean Robert Wildeman, Michael Adam Coyle, Kelton Daniel Robbie, Natalie A. Zartman, Jenna Alexa Sherbo, Jordan Maria Patron, Taylor May McCaffrey, Brennan Shai Grossman,
Graduates in the film production major.
Jairus Caleb Tucker, Josiah Caleb Tucker, Shuyi Luo, Xiao Hua Liu, Gabrielle Elizabeth Nellis, Gabrielle Marie Singer, Jillian Charlotte Plemons, Shreya Narayan Narsingani, Nasir Kareem Pitts, Liana Danielle Simmons, Dylan Francis Williams, Tay J. B. Chambers Jackson, Lucas Meyer, Alexandra Nicole Wallace, Catherine Josephine Bagley, Erica Maria Souls, Madison Isabella Barreras, Maggie Catherine Scanlon, Alicia Sun Yi, Mary Schrodel, Amelie Grace Wills, John Wallace Westmoreland, Lucas Michael Hydock, Lucas William Delaney, Fahad Ibrahim M. bin Mulhiya, Michael Jean-Paul, Daniel Mario Perez, Ryan Lucas Coleman, Dylan Blake Hauser, Dylan Charles Gebler, Patrick James LaPrey, Michael Randolph Risser, Patrick Lee Tafola, Austin Bruno Carter, Ethan Patrick Bannon, Kira Rose Smith, Nolan Patrick McCormack, Anthony Scott Poindexter Jr., Graham Kenneth Haupt, Megan Joy Manning, Anthony Robert Cascione, Marco Falcucci, Tien Chung Wei, Hannah Rose Harrington, Peter Frederick Cote, Emma Elizabeth Reed, Joshua Robert Kubala, David Joseph Mata, Haley Stutzman, Tyler James Grosso, James Garrett DeMalley, Christopher Cook, Daniel Thomas Miller Jr., Sebastian Stile, Zachary Michael Schwartz, Anthony Michael Riello, Raina Rose Plotko, Caroline Elizabeth De Rosa, Zachary E. Corbel, Yeji Choi Lee, Jillian Ma, Robert Cook, Brady Patrick Noon, Megan Casey Brennan, Lindsay Drew Chapman,
Graduates in the Media Studies major,
Madison Adler, Jordan Grace Mikulak, Kylie Ann Caretti, Raina Shea Seidenfrau, Emma Riley Saylor, Michael Paul Giroux, Joshua Andrew Carnes, Yua Shui, Alina C. Tilton, Marin Elizabeth McSorley, Jonah Max Gilston, Lane Elizabeth Weston, Olivia Averill Emery, Janine Victoria Hernandez, Natalie Denise Ritchie, Zoe Lanton, Alora Danielle Benitez, Adam Michael Burkholder, Michael Jude Dewar, Ryan Jeffrey Strank, Rachel Ann Ratish, Tegan Faye Borelli, Brooke LaCora Baskin, William Cole Egner, Elizabeth Ellen Blois, Mia Surtz, Alessandra Eleni Byron, Danny Page Horowitz, Morena Patricia Bignati, Matthew Stephen Carrion, Kyla Marie Pritchett, Adam James Salmanowitz, Quintin Sulkowski, Antoinette Rose Davis, Yi Lin,
Graduates in the Digital Journalism and Media major.
Colin Daniel Kinsley, Miranda N.W. Hamilton, Megan Brianna Patterson Traxler, Olivia Ann Kissaday, Catherine Grace Feeney,
Graduates in the Strategic Communications major.
Ashley Victoria Morgan, Emily Michelle Kowalski, Hope Elizabeth Brewster, Rachel Marie Phoenick, Olivia Grace Chan, Lydia Marie Miller,
Graduates in business majors from the World Campus.
Andrew J. Keiderling, Rebecca J. Schaus, Monica Timmons, Kirsten May Smith, Jason James DeCristofaro, Cameron Dillon Toledo, Autumn C. Seagreaves, Stephanie Elizabeth Grundman, Heather Lynn Baer, Tiffany Kreider, Kylie Morgan Coy, Sydney Hill, Mariam Hayrapetian, Kale Joseph Gagnon, Nathan James Manfredo, Lynn Maurice Holston Jr., Nicole Marie Brumlow, Abigail Alta Leah Lee Trayer, Natalia Joanna Edwards, Emma Lee Schultz, James Paul Ludwig, Vihan Saxena, Melissa Kirby,
Congratulations, class of 2025! Now, let's proceed with the conferral of the degrees. You have all followed your academic interests, and you are going to go on to make great contributions to our nation and to the world. And I want you to know how very proud we are of all of you. Will all undergraduate degree candidates, including those watching on the live stream, will you stand as you're able, please? Provost Lankilda and Trustee Lebrano, I am more than pleased to present these worthy and approved candidates.
Dean Harden, it has been an honor conducting this commencement with you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the degree you have earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. You may now move your tassel from right to left. All right, one more time, a big round of applause for the class of 2025. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated.
Now, I am pleased to call on Assistant Dean Gary Abdullah, who is also a Penn State alumnus, to induct these new graduates into a powerful community. Gary?
Thank you very much, Dean Harden. Congratulations, class of 2025. I'm glad y'all brought the energy up because it was a little dead in here for a while. Congratulations to you. Yes, the Penn State Alumni Association celebrates your successes and welcomes you into a proud worldwide network of Penn Staters. Your new membership connects you with Penn State and more than 200 alumni groups around the world. As you take your next step as a Penn Stater, reach out to your local alumni chapter. They'll be thrilled to hear from you. Now, please always remember that even though you're no longer a student, Penn State and the Penn State Alumni Association will always be here for you. Our alumni community is your community. It gives me great pleasure to induct today's graduates of the Pennsylvania State University into the Penn State Alumni Association. You're already a member of the Bellisario College family, but welcome to the alumni family. Congratulations to you. Now, on behalf of the Penn State Alumni Association, Bellisario College, congratulations. Before I sit back down, you heard some people recognize there's going to be a big change in here. There's one more person who is taking their own next step in their own journey. You heard that Dean Marie Harden on July 1st will be shifting into President Marie Harden as she becomes the 10th president of Quinnipiac University in Connecticut. Yeah, clap for her, yes. And you may wonder why this is important. Over the past decade, Dean Harden has guided the Bellisario College through transformative years marked by some major milestones. These include our rebranding to the Bellisario College in 2017, the creation and opening of the state-of-the-art Bellisario Media Center in 2021, yes. Yep, some of you have been in there. Many of you went there to charge your phones when the electricity went out not too long ago, yes. and the remarkable achievement of raising over $57 million to advance the college's educational mission. But I believe, yeah, money is important, yes. Get money, yep. But I believe if you were to ask Dean Harden what she holds closest to her heart, it wouldn't be the buildings or the dollars, it would be the people. As a matter of fact, during her time as dean, 10,613 bachelor's degrees have been awarded, including this class here. That's more than just a number. It's a testament to the lives she has helped shape and the futures she has inspired. So to you all, the class of 2025, I personally ask that you make room for one more graduating class member and join me in celebrating Dean Marie Harden for her extraordinary years of service, leadership, and unwavering commitment to the Bellisario College of Communications. If you could please join me in a round of applause. I now invite Dean Harden back to the podium.
He still works for me, and he is in so much trouble. But thank you, class of 2025. I hope you don't mind if I join you. Now, before we conclude this ceremony, there are some groups that deserve special recognition. And I want to echo Trustee Lebrano earlier. To the parents, the grandparents, the spouses, the children, the family members and friends who have contributed toward the achievements being celebrated here today, your sacrifice, your understanding, your support, and your caring have helped the graduates to attain their goals. This encouragement, as you know, is critical and not always easy when you have to share the stresses and strains of a degree program. It takes a special commitment. I know that you also have worked hard to get to this day. So again, would family members and friends of the graduates please stand as you're able and remain standing. And graduates, let's stand and thank them. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, graduates, there's one other group, a very special group, that I know, you know, we need to thank. At the heart of every great university is its faculty and staff. And this faculty and staff, you know, are among the greatest. I ask that our faculty and staff stand as you're able, and let's thank them. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to conclude this ceremony, again, by thanking you for the spirit that embodies this community and college. And I'm so proud to all of you, and I'm so grateful that you chose Penn State and the Bellisario College. We will always take Penn State with us wherever we go. And we wish you health, happiness, and success. And one more time, we are! We are! We are! Thank you! Now, we're going to close the ceremony. And graduates, I'm going to give you some instructions here. For those of you in white chairs, you're going to exit the floor to the front right side. This is your final test, your final exam. And for those of you in blue chairs, you're going to exit to the rear of the event floor, and the marshals are going to help you with this. But first, class of 2025, I want you to join me, if you don't mind, in a song. We're going to be led in singing the Alma Mater by Emma Arakantinji, and I'm going to ask her to come up. Please stand and remain standing as you're able until the academic procession has exited the floor. Emma?
Sing